Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Sherwood Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 6 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, July 3rd. So hope all of you had an awesome 4th of July weekend. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. So as I always do, start off looking at active listing activity. Show that we had 12 new homes come on the market last week in Sherwood. It's down from the week prior where we had 20, but kind of in the mid-range here, kind of where things have been over the 6 weeks. You can kind of see that we've been kind of progressing upward a bit in terms of the amount of homes on the market. This last week had 58 homes as of the end of the week, which was the same as the week prior. Median list price and days on market for the actives, you can see that's definitely been on the rise. Had a low of 705 here 5 weeks back, and it's been stair stepping up from that point. This last week came in at 771,000 for the median price, and then days on market, that's been on the rise as well. Started off at 11, and this last week rose up to 36. So definitely things are hanging on the market longer in Sherwood, and more on the market as well. So all that kind of points to signs of a bit of a softening market for sure. And then moving on to the pending sales here. Last week I showed we had 10 new pendings in Sherwood. It's down 1 from the week prior, but again, kind of in the mid-range of kind of where it's been over this past 6 weeks. And then the total number of pendings week by week, you can see this last week we finished with 72 in pending status. That's been coming down over the past month, where we had 83 a month ago. And then median price and days on market for the pendings, fairly tight range here, low of 723. And then this last week came in at a high of 737. And then days on market, was very steady at 4. This last couple of weeks, it's ticked up 1 day per week. So we're up to 6. Another kind of sign of a bit of a slowing market where you've got, declining pendings and the days on market going up a little bit, still less than a week. So, things are still getting into contract pretty quickly on average in Sherwood, just less of them. So lastly, I should say, looking at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, I showed we had 10 closings this last week in Sherwood. Been pretty steady here over the past 3 weeks between 9 and 11. And then when I look a little further back, 4 weeks back, this last week we had 34 again, and you can kind of see that's been the exact same pretty much for the whole period here. The whole 6 week period, a low of 31, a high of 37. And the last 3 weeks has been exactly the same. So very steady on the closings side. The median price and days on market for the sold listings, you can kind of see we had a high of 716 5 weeks back. This last 3 weeks has been in the low 600s though. This last week came in at 620. And then the days on the market for the sold, you can kind of see is straight as an arrow at 4 days. And then finally, we'll look at weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So red bars is weeks of inventory. You can kind of see we had a low of a little over 5 weeks of inventory about 5 weeks ago, and that has risen up to the last couple of weeks. We've been at 6.8 or just under 7 weeks of inventory in the Sherwood market. And then the sale price as a percent of the original list price, that's been declining as well, but still a hot situation where we were super hot at 109% here 6 weeks back. This last week, the reading came in at about 104% above, so 4% above asking price on average. So, definitely signs of a slowing market, not just in Sherwood, but all over the place. But, with roughly 7 weeks of inventory, that's still, less than 2 months of inventory in the market in total. So, still in general, I would say definitely seller's market environment, but it's definitely cooling a bit from where it was, and will likely kind of continue to cool as we see these pendings decreasing. So we'll see, obviously the solds will be decreasing, and we'll have to see what happens with inventory. But I would expect this number to continue to probably rise, and this number to probably kind of fall as we move forward. But as I say, we shall see. So I hope this weekly update has been helpful and informative for you. I certainly would welcome the opportunity to become your trusted realtor and help you move through life. So don't hesitate to reach out. Give me a call at 503-680-2065. And I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have about what's happening in the market or your particular situation. So thank you for watching and have a great day.